Stanford High, I'm Dani Nugent.
And I'm Tamia James. Welcome to the first edition of Connection Time News.
Today we have an extra long program, so let's jump right in.
Let's kick off the broadcast with the same way we kicked off the year, with the color run. Here's Gina Danino and Angela Ninivaji.
Hi, my name's Gina Danino. I'm here with Principal Mink. How do you think the turnout is today?
Well, you know, the turnout was there's like a flood of people at the very end because they knew that I was going to race. And, you know, I'm a big thing in this circuit, like these color run things. So the PTO did a great job. The kids did a great job turning out. And really my fan section, I don't know if you can see, but in the back, love you. Love you.
All right, run to that corner.
Yeah, go the other way.
So how was your color run?
It was very fun. A lot of colors thrown at me.
Did you run a lot?
Oh yeah, I went around 2 times and then I just got. You can only do it 2 times and then that's about it.
Would you do Would you do this again next year?
Oh yeah, except I'm a senior.
Hi, my name's Gina Danino, and I'm here at the Stanford High Annual Color Run.
Looks like a lot of fun.
And a lot of trouble to get out of your hair.
Now let's hear from some seniors on what they're looking forward to for the year.
Hi, my name's Amy Cavino from the Roundtable, and today I'm going to be asking some of my fellow seniors what they're looking forward to most their senior year. Let's find out. What are you looking forward to most your senior year?
I'm looking forward to leading on the fan sections and playing sports.
What are you guys looking forward to most your senior year?
Parties. Basketball season. My trap career. After prom.
Oh, word, after prom.
What are you looking forward to most your senior year?
I'm looking forward to getting as involved as possible in my last year, and I'm also looking forward to my last year playing softball.
I'm looking forward to getting into colleges.
What are you guys looking forward to most your senior year?
Graduating.
Leaving the bums in Stanford. Graduating.
No.
What are you guys looking forward to most your senior year?
Yeah.
A few things.
A few things. So senioritis.
Which I already have.
You're getting ready to go to the beach when it gets hot on half days.
And graduating, of course.
And graduating. Trying to think. Oh my God, yeah. When the seniors have to like challenge the others to see who has the most spirit.
Oh,
because Spirit, yeah, Spirit Week, and yeah, you know, just we're superior.
Thanks, Amy. We can definitely relate.
The freshmen, on the other hand, still have a long way to go. Let's see how they're feeling with the start of high school.
So we're here with the freshmen. Introduce yourselves.
My name is Ron Ortiz.
My name is Keyshawn Smith-Kennedy.
My name is Miles. Jones.
Lucy Santora. Nico Perugini.
Ryan Fee.
Michelle Espinoza.
Addison Cyprian.
I'm Erica Kabuko.
Hi, I'm Molly Hers.
I'm Magdalena Shanowska.
I'm Skylan Garcia.
I'm Maddie Maxfield.
I'm Emmy Cedrickson.
I'm Karina Zaleski.
Who is your favorite teacher?
Miss Burns.
Miss Burns.
I don't know any teachers' names, so.
Mr. Cavagnaro.
Mr. Welch.
Mr. Taylor.
I like Miss DeAngelis and Mr. Arcano.
Probably Mr. Lewis.
I like all of my teachers.
Probably Mr. Casilo or Mr. Arcano.
Probably say Mr. Casilo or Mr. Arcano.
Interested in joining any clubs or sports teams?
Only football.
Only football.
Same as them. Only football.
I'm doing field hockey right now. I'm gonna do. I'm interested in drama and maybe lacrosse and debate.
I might join debate.
Lacrosse.
Drama.
Baseball.
I play field hockey and I'm also interested in drama.
I'm swimming and I'm also interested in drama and debate.
I play field hockey and I'm planning on doing sailing in the spring, and I'm joining various clubs.
Have you guys heard about the 10th floor pool?
There is no 10th floor pool.
No.
I've heard of it.
It's a conspiracy and it's fake.
Yeah, someone told me about it.
Have you been there yet?
Yes.
Float pool, what?
Wait, what was that?
Have you?
There's a 10th floor?
Yeah. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is.
Bro, they say that all the time. No, they say no.
There's a gate on the 9th floor over there, and it leads to the 10th floor pool.
I told Charlotte there was a pool.
They said there was a pool. They said there was a pool, but they didn't trust them. It's like, why would you have a pool on the 10th floor?
No, I don't know.
I didn't know it existed.
I have heard of it.
No, this is like the freshman.
No. Yeah. No. Yeah.
This is like all the.
Than you.
This is always how it is in middle school.
I don't know. No, I didn't even know it existed.
A pool.
I didn't know.
And
that
then
existed.
that's the same thing for high school, so I'm not gonna believe that.
I'm not believing.
Let's hope those freshmen's first year is less of a disaster than this next video.
Disaster? Why do you say that?
Well, take a look at these clips from the Strawberry Hill Players and their upcoming show, Noises Off, and tell me how you think it's going.
I'm worried.
Sorry? Oh, so the love triangles. So pretty much, I think Gary's kissing Dottie. I'm kissing Lloyd. Poppy was kissing Lloyd, which was not okay. Poppy's kissing Tim. Selsden's just there, sometimes looking at Dottie. Who else? Everyone's on top of everyone.
Should you go see Nothing On? I don't care. Do whatever you want.
Just please don't come see Nothing On! Maybe don't see Nothing On.
Nothing On is going to be a smash, you know, when we get to someplace or another.
Don't see Nothing On.
I might have to go see it just to see if it actually gets off the ground.
You know, those actors look like they could use some coffee.
Anyways, here's Ross Green and Nick Otis, our sports editors, with an update on how sports have been going this season.
I'm here with Ross Green and Nick Otis, and they're going to tell us a little bit about sports at Stanford High. So, let's see. Ross, first off, what are some, what games have happened in the past with big turnouts, notable?
Well, for football, to start, Stanford High played against Trinity last Saturday. They beat them 19-7, and it was a great game. Trinity had the lead for most of the game, and Stanford High came back, and it was a real thriller. We had a good turnout at the fan section, and everything was great at that game.
All right, so what are we looking forward to this spring?
Lacrosse, baseball, even before that is basketball. I think the team's going to do pretty well this year. We've got some returning players, seniors especially, that are going to do well.
Awesome. And I understand there was a pretty spectacular kick in a soccer game by Gio, right? You want to tell us about that, Nick?
Yeah, when I was scrolling through my Instagram feed one night, and I see this 40-yard goal by Gio, and I came and asked him about it. I saw it on the Rudin Report Instagram account first, and then we had to publish it. You know, we got it out. The whole school's seen it by now. He's getting some good recognition for it. It was a great goal by Gio.
So that 40-yard goal that you scored, Gio, was that intentional?
Oh yeah, 100%, you know. I saw the keeper off the line, he was at the top of the 18. I had my coach, Suma, tell me to rip it exactly in the box, you know. No wind in the air, I just had to do what I had to do. The rest was history, you know.
How'd that game go in total?
I think they ended up tying, so that was the only goal we scored that game. Apparently, McMahon was doing some funny stuff on defense. They had like 8 defenders. I don't know soccer too well, but I heard it was hard to score a goal against them.
Anything else you guys want to mention?
Just want to mention it. We're both ready for a good year. We're ready for kids to come out to sporting events, you know, show that Black Knight pride, and just get fans back at the games. That's what I ask for all the students here.
What about you, Russ?
Go Black Knights.
All right, awesome. Thank you guys. Go Black Knights.
Go Black Knights.
Now let's hear from a few of our favorite Knights.
Who do you mean?
The administration. The first show of the year seems like a good time to introduce some of the Knights in charge.
I'm Bryson Salteri.
And I'm Lauren Ferragina, and we're with the Roundtable. And today we're interviewing Mr. Forker, the assistant principal, and we have some questions for him.
So what are your responsibilities as an assistant principal?
My responsibilities include many things. I oversee a few departments here at Stanford High School, the English department and special education department. I oversee the facilities of Stanford High School, so anything from window blinds to capital projects that go on here at the school kind of go through me. I also oversee, I used to oversee athletics, but not anymore, but trying to think. I oversee the Leadership Academy, working with the kids, the junior and senior mentors for our freshman students. The IB program, our new IB program, kind of falls under my umbrella. So I've got a lot of things going on a daily basis, and I also am working with the 9th grade students this year as the freshman advisor or freshman administrator because my seniors graduated last year.
Do you have any new plans for this year?
New plans? No new plans. I think just maintaining and making sure that the freshmen get what they need, that they get off to a good start, and making sure that they understand how the school works and understand what it means to be a student here at Stanford High School, making sure they get involved, making sure that they are academically sound, going to class, and certainly promoting our programs such as the IB program and our leadership program, finding kids that want to do those things. That is all part of the day.
So how do you like the new athletic director, Mr. Passamano, and how do you see him influencing Stanford High School?
Who?
In a good way.
Who?
Mr. Passamano.
Who's he? No, Mr. Passamano, what's he look like? I've never met him.
You've never met him?
I'm only kidding. Mr. Passamano. Again, he's a new member of our staff, so we're getting to know him as well. I think that I'm sure he'll do a great job. It's a big job, and I think he'll be fun. He'll be great. Seems like a nice guy.
The Dean of Students, how do you think he will influence?
Who's that, Mr. Augusto?
Yeah.
Mr. Augusto, he's a good man. He's a good guy. I think, again, he's new, so I think the challenge for both of these guys is going to be to get to know the kids, the staff, and kind of get into their rhythm as well. And I think once they do, I think they'll be very impactful members of our staff.
And how do you feel about the block scheduling next year?
Block scheduling. Well, again, it remains to be seen if it happens, but if it does, I don't really have an opinion. I think it is what it is, and whatever schedule is here next year, we'll as you guys know, at Stanford High, we just adjust and we handle whatever comes our way, so that's what we'll do. If it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, that's okay too. Yeah. So whatever happens, we'll meet head on. No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Guten Morgen, Frau. Wie geht es? Die heißt... Guten Morgen, mir geht es gut. Du sprichst Deutsch?
How do you speak German? Where did that come from?
My mom was born in Germany.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you know where in Germany?
Frankfurt, I believe.
Yes, a very big city. The center of finance in Germany.
Yeah.
Center of finance in Germany. That's what Frankfurt is. Nice.
And you speak German too?
I do. Ich spreche Deutsch. Das ist meine Muttersprache.
Just for German, okay. Now we're going to get into some basic questions. What is your job here at Stanford High?
I'm one of the assistant principals. I'm overseeing math and science departments. I'm scheduling for the building, and I'm doing some strategic things, school improvement plan, data teams, and I'm the senior administrator, very proud senior administrator, because we grew up together the last 4 years, and now I see you all maturing and going off to college. So that's what I do here.
Wow, I feel very loved because you're one of my favorite people ever in the school.
Thank you.
And my other question was, what do you enjoy the most about your job?
I really like that no day is like another day. I feel like we're at the front line of what we do. We're in a building, we walk around with our walkies, we see what kids are doing, we get to go into classrooms. There's incidences, good and bad, but it's never boring, and you feel like you're at the pulse of life. You're not just somewhere locked up in an office and do things that don't matter. So I love it.
And do you feel like there's anything you can improve about your job?
I think there's always room for improvement. I'm not just saying that lightly. You know, you have certain strengths and areas of interest. So I like patterns. I like frameworks. I like theory. That's why I went back to college. And I sometimes want to improve my personal relationships with guys like you. Get to know you, know your GPAs, know where you want to go, and improve that part because you're just removed as an administrator from the kids. And I want to improve my relationships with the seniors so that I really know you guys better.
Well, that sounds great. Okay, guys. Sounds lovely. And where can students find you if they need help?
So, the easiest way is to call the security guard and the radio, because we're rarely at a fixed place. I have an office that I'm sometimes in, and many times I'm not there. So it's really the easiest is go to the security guard and radio me, and when they say a student is looking for you, then I'm going to do my very best to get there, or tell you where to meet me.
I'm a witness, actually. Well, thank you. It's nice having you, Ms. Berlodge, and I hope to see you soon.
See you soon. Thanks so much.
All right, bye, y'all.
Hi, I'm Francesca Ordonez, and I'm here with
Mr. Escobar.
And I'm going to be asking him a couple of questions. What are your plans for this year's school year?
I have a few, but as an administrator, each administrator is in charge of a specific class. I'm in charge of juniors, and we all know the value and importance of your junior year. So my focus really is getting the students ready, getting them prepared, and really setting them up in a position where they can have the best GPA possible to have the most options once they leave out of Stanford High and start applying for colleges next year.
Are there any changes at Stanford High that you're excited about?
Yeah, we have a few things going on. As for me, one of the things that I'm in charge of this year is the ECS program. Early College Studies program, which I'm really excited about. It offers an opportunity for students to earn credits here at Stanford High, but also earn credits at Norwalk Community College. So in essence, they can have a chance to graduate with not only a high school diploma, but also a bachelor's degree. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to continue working with programs like AVID that I'm really excited to have a chance to work with. Also another college preparatory program to assist students getting into college.
So what are your responsibilities as the administrator of class of 2020?
You know, we mentioned a little bit about some of the responsibilities and getting kids ready for the college application process next year, but also the clubs and organizations that we discussed. But as administrators, we're in charge of specific departments. So I work very closely with guidance, the language learner department, which includes world language, and also the L students, English language learners. I work with health and the PE department, and also the CTE department, formerly known as Unified Arts. So those are the business teachers, those are the career preparedness teachers. So those are the departments that I focus on.
Where can students find you when you need assistance?
If it's an emergency, I can always be reached by a walkie-talkie. So if you go up to a security guard to the main office, in case of an emergency, I can be reached that way. I'm always in the cafeteria. My room number is 123. My name is right outside the door. And you can certainly see me walking around with my pad around the school. So I can be accessible at any time. Depending on the emergency, you can catch me in the caf, you can catch me in the morning greeting students outside and in front, or if it is an emergency, you can reach me via walkie-talkie by contacting the security guard.
What are your favorite things about school?
What are my favorite things about school? As a student or as an administrator? About this school. You know, it's not, there aren't many people that get a chance to work where they graduated from. So I am Stanford High Black Knight, class of 1991. So my favorite part really is being able to come back home and work in the place that I called my home during my high school time. So, you don't get many people that get a chance to do that. And from time to time, I'll run into people I went to high school with, and the questions are always about how's the school, how things change, what's going on. So, it's really a nice experience being able to work in a place where you actually attended school.
Lastly, what are your thoughts on Mr. Moynihan joining the administrative team?
Mr. Moynihan is great. He was a teacher here for a very long time. Not only did I know him as a teacher here, but while I was at the other high school teaching, I knew him because he and I both taught history. He's a great addition to the team and will do great things. Mr. Moynihan's in charge of 10th graders, and he'll be around the building. Like I said, he's a great addition to our team.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Okay, is that?
You're welcome.
You know those awesome courtyards SHS has?
No.
Well, you will pretty soon. Senior Alejandro Ross has a plan to redesign them as a community service project. Matthew Totolo has more on that.
Good morning, Stanford High. I'm Matthew Ottolo from the Roundtable, and today I'm here with Alejandro Ross, who's currently undergoing plans to rebuild the courtyard. So, Alejandro, what inspired you to begin this project?
Well, what inspired me, I guess, it started back in like freshman year. I would walk by like the auditorium. I'm looking at it, pointing at it. I would walk by the auditorium and just all these courtyards, there's all these corridors, hallways and stuff. And I would just always look in, and I'd be like, hey, someone should really fix this because this is a complete mess. And then like the year later, I learned it was connected to the media center. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And then so since I'm a Boy Scout and to become an Eagle Scout, the highest rank, you have to undergo an Eagle Scout project. As I walked past here junior year, I was like, hey, you know what? For my project, how about I do fix this courtyard so that we can actually have one for good use.
Very interesting. What is your vision for the courtyard?
What's my vision? So right now what I've planned is basically a mix of like education and like hanging out, right? So like one side we'd have a bunch of tables, and so teachers can come in through the media center, teach their classes outside in a really very hot summer day, like you know how like yeah, all that stuff. And then on the other side we could have some Adirondack chairs for when you're having like lunch and stuff. You know, to chill and stuff. You can bring some friends over. And yeah, and then we'd take all this disgusting ivy off the wall, and all that stuff.
That's actually what I was going to ask you next. What do you think the phases of construction are going to be?
Yeah, so right now I've planned 3 different phases. The first phase would probably be, first phase would take off all the ivy, because that's just disgusting. Then that would take one day. Then the next day would be to all these like ditches and stuff, take off more ivy, clean up all like garbage and other stuff around here. Plant a bunch of fountain grass around here. It's like really like 4 feet tall, like bushes basically, just around all everywhere. Makes it look nice and pretty. And then the last phase would be to paint some chairs and bring in some tables.
When do you expect to finish this project?
So as I said, it was probably going to take 3 phases for 3 days. I plan to start October 7th, which is a Sunday. So 3 different things. So by the end of October, hopefully, cross my fingers, it should be ready.
It's very fascinating. I'm excited to use this place in the spring and summer. Thank you, Alejandro.
So now it's time to move on to a more serious topic.
In light of recent events in our community, we thought we'd have some reporters ask students for their thoughts on gun violence in the community.
Let's see what they had to say.
So today we're going to be talking about violence, especially gun violence. How do you guys feel about gun violence? Do you think it's prevalent in your community, or do you feel like you're not really affected by it and you don't care?
I'm not affected by it until somebody of my family or friends or somebody died.
Okay.
I think that I'm not directly affected by it, but I do think that it's prevalent in our community.
How do you feel about teens our age walking around with guns?
Young kids shouldn't have it, but some people use it for protection. But I feel like only adults should have it in the house, put away from kids. I don't think kids should have weapons.
I think that children our age should not be allowed to have guns or have access to guns. I think that if there was ever going to be a gun around a child or anyone our age, that it should be kept by their parent in a safe place where only their parent could get to it. But I do not think that people our age should have access to these guns. I think that 21 to 23 is a good age, but I do think that if there have been any previous charges for hate crimes or any crimes in general, they should have to go through a psych evaluation first.
And then the last question that we have, how do you feel about mass shootings in public areas? There's been a lot of mass shootings, whether it's in schools or in public stores. Do you think that you might not even be safe in your own school, especially since there's been other shootings in Connecticut before?
Everybody been to school. Everybody know the drill, run in the corner and hide and put the curtain down or whatever. They need to switch it up.
Gun violence is so prevalent in our community that, like Kaylin said, we need to update our systems, because if you think about it, if we close the door and close the curtain, what is that really protecting us from? We should be able to go into our school and feel like we're safe.
Janisa. And today we're going to be talking about violence, especially gun violence. Now, do you think that gun violence is prevalent in your area, or do you feel like you don't really have to worry about it that much?
A lot of people have been dying lately, so like, yeah, I feel like we all have to worry about that.
I feel like no one's taking it seriously. Like everyone just thinks it's a joke and it's a game until somebody like dies, and then they still don't take it like as seriously as they should.
How was your first license test?
First license test went well. I passed, luckily. First car was a hand-me-down from a hand-me-down, so it was a beater that my dad had, handed it to my older brother, and then handed it to me. It was a Jeep Cherokee, and it was an impounded FBI drug car from California. So it had two-wheel drive, and we got it at a police auction. Don't stress out about it, because the more you think about your test, the worse you do. I've had kids that hit a curb on their first try and then they fail. So just don't stress about it and just make sure you practice beforehand.
An Acura, and I got it at a tag sale.
Nice. Who provided the funding for this car?
I worked hard for it.
What kind of jobs did you do?
Burger King night shift. Speed up.
Why is that?
To get by.
What if it turns red and you go through?
It's too late to go back.
So, I was going, and there was a yellow light, right? And it was about to turn red, so then I was gonna go right, but I stopped because I got nervous. And then the guy was like, you should have gone right there. So I was like freaking out, and I thought I failed, so I was gonna start crying during my test, but I ended up passing, so.
Beautiful story.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you have a name for your car?
Petunia.
And what kind of car is it?
A Subaru. You slow down, and then you make sure it's not going to turn red, and then you could either pass or you can stop.
Thanks.
It was good. It was really nerve-wracking. The woman was like really strict, and I was like super nice to her, and she gave me the mean face. Yeah.
Mine was good. I passed. I mean, I messed up the parking the first time, and then the next time. But I got it right the third time.
Well, that's all for today, Stanford High.
We'll see you again for the next edition of Connection Time News on October 29th.
In the meantime, check out our monthly radio show on 1490 AM. Our radio producer, Cindy Rubin, will be putting together our first segment of the year, which will air on October 11th.
Connection Time News is produced by Senior John Bolognino. I'm Tamia James.
And I'm Dani Nugent.
Thanks for watching. Oh no. Good.
Well, maybe if you would hurry up and stop.
Hurry up. My Field Hockey Team is my playlist. Ayo Danny.
Ah!
Ayo Danny.
Ah!
Ayo Danny.
Ah!